Hey guys, Constitutional here. If you have been eyeing the Zowie XL2566K and need a second opinion, you've come to the right place because in today's video I'm going to be telling you the things that I dislike and like about the monitor. Hopefully my experience and opinion help you decide whether you should buy this monitor or not. Let's start with the things that I like about this monitor. First, let's start with the best thing this monitor has to offer, the performance. It has an extremely low response time, and paired with the Dive Plus technology, there's almost no ghosting at all. You get an insanely smooth experience and superb motion clarity. This is helpful when you're holding an angle and anticipating someone swinging a corner, and I find it a lot easier to hit moving targets. In my opinion, people who plays fast-paced shooters like Apex or Overwatch 2 will benefit the most from this monitor. I also like the accessories it came with. It comes with a display port cable and HDMI cable, which you don't need. It also comes with a raincoat-like cover if you want to cover your monitor when not in use. The monitor legs is actually great, and also it's very easy to install. The monitor is basically plug and play. The color accuracy is actually pretty good for a teen panel. If you care about color accuracy, you can just tune the monitor to your liking. And lastly, I do actually like the Excel profile sharing, so you can try a bunch of profiles. Let's say you want to try a professional CS2 player profile and then tune it to your liking. And you can also save a lot of like settings. You have this S switch with like 1, 2, and 3. So for example, you play like 3 separate games. You play CS2, Apex Legends, and Valorant. You can have a different setting for each game because for example, CS2 is like really, really bright, and let's say you want something like dim when it comes to like games like CS2, but when you play Valorant, for example, that's not the case because Valorant does look different from CS2 and not as bright. Let's say you want to tone down the sharpness, you can also do that. Basically it's very customizable. It will vary from the user, but it's a nice thing to have. Okay, so for the things that I dislike about the monitor, coming from an IPS monitor, I'm not the biggest fan of the viewing angle just because if I'm not sitting in front of the monitor or if I slouch, I can't see the top part of my monitor clearly, which kind of sucks when I'm watching something or reading something, but there's no issue when I'm sitting upright. I'm also not a big fan of the big bezel design of this monitor. I feel like it could be a lot smaller just to make it look a bit modern. I'm not a big fan of this electric or cold white like sound the monitor produces at 360 Hz. It's still present at 240 Hz, though not as intense. Now, some people might be annoyed by this, but I got used to it. Most of the time, I wear IEMs or headphones, so it doesn't bother me that much. Something to keep in mind if you ever want to buy this monitor. Another thing I don't like about this monitor is it's hard to drive. You basically need the latest hardware for optimal performance. You need something that can push 360 FPS and above consistently for best experience. I would say minimum CPU is a 5800 X3D if you're still on the AM4 platform. If you just want to do a drop in, then that's fine, or a 7800 X3D if you're building a PC from scratch. If you like Intel, then the 13th gen and 14th gen is fine. I myself use a 13700K and I really have no issues hitting above 360 FPS consistently. I would also recommend getting a fast DDR5 RAM for Intel, and an A die is ideal if you want to run max OC with tuned sub timings. I would also like to add that a lot of games are not compatible with this monitor. For example, Apex Legends is capped at 300 FPS at the moment. Something to keep in mind. Overall, I still love this monitor. It's not perfect and has its pros and cons. In my own opinion, the cons are heavily outweighed by the pros, and this is something I could recommend to people who are looking for the best 1080p competitive monitor. You guys probably seen the new 540Hz ASUS ROG monitor, but that is just pretty unrealistic to drive with the current hardware we got. So yeah, if you're extremely competitive, serious about your rank, or try to go pro and wants to stay at 1080p, then I can highly recommend the Zowie XL2566K. If you're casual, in my own opinion, you're better off getting something else like an IPS or an OLED monitor. And that's pretty much in today's video. If you do find this video helpful, make sure to leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe. Please help me get to 1K subs. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Peace.